So I'm stuck in the airport again. This time I'm in Colombia. Medellin. You know, so some of you may not know, but I've had a non-revenue companion pass for the past year. And so after Christmas, I was like, all right, I'm gonna make a plan to really use this thing, because part of me resigning from teaching was to really get out there and travel without having to ask for permission for days off, without having to worry about a sub, you know, without just having all the worries, right? So being able to work from home, so wherever I land, I can pull out my laptop and I can work. Okay, and so Napa was cool. Still had some issues with the standby thing. I think I ended up getting on the very last flight that night to San Francisco. Pulled up to the rental car company probably about 20 minutes before they closed. That was a stressor. Anxiety on 10,000. Then there was Panama City. Panama City wasn't that bad. I think I might have gotten on the second flight, but blew a lot of money in the airport just kind of waiting around. I think I got bumped off of the first flight that I was on, and did have some time of working at the airport. Used my American airline, lounge passes or whatever. Sold out. Okay, fine, that came out in. Then I went to, then I actually booked a solid ticket on corporate airlines back from Panama City, just because I was like, I don't know how this is going to end. I need to get back to the house. So great. So now spring break comes around, and I have a bunch of something called D1 passes left. So D1 is a high priority pass. So that kind of gets you up higher in the list than a D2. And D2 passes are unlimited. So once I pay for the month, I can use D2 passes as much as I want to. So I was like, all right, spring break is coming around. I'm not gonna book a regular ticket. I'm gonna use my D1 pass, and I'm gonna, make things work. Well, I'm sure you've already seen the reel on my Travel Michaelman page, but this shit ain't no real. Like, ain't no real today. Like, I was on the plane, y'all. Now, when next time somebody asks me what's my most ask me what's my most embarrassing experience, I will have to refer to this. So I'm watching the flights all day. I decided to go off the beaten path by taking this like extended layover in Medellin. Everybody's leaving from Cartagena and going into Miami. So I was like, all right, I want to avoid all of that. I want to avoid being number 33 on the standby list again. Like, I want to just get away from all of that. So I'm looking up stuff. I'm seeing that, the flights aren't looking good going into Miami. So I'm like, all right, if I'm going to have to pay extra on top of what I'm already paying a month, I'm gonna squeeze a little bit out of it, right? I've got my Airbnb going. There's people staying in the house, so we're good. So I decided to spend one day in Medellin. I don't know how to say it correctly. I gotta get better at my Spanish. But anyway, so I decided to spend the day here and then fly out of here directly into JFK, and then from JFK home. The flight leaves at 12:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. So I'm like, that sounds pretty good. Shouldn't have too many, standbys. It's a late night flight. The one problem is it's the only flight of the day. So I'm watching it. And I see that there's only 4 non-rev, because that's what my companion pass kind of gives me. There's only 4 non-revs on there. So I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm still good. And I'm number 2, so I'm good. Good, right? I'm looking. I'm keeping my eye on all day. I'm like, so much so that I'm like, okay, while I'm in Medellin, I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna have me some lunch. That's really 3 things. And then I'm gonna get ready to head to the airport. So that way, if things start looking shady, I have enough time to just book something else or figure something else out, right? So I get here about 7 o'clock. Again, the flight is at 12:30 a.m. So I get here at 7 o'clock. There's nobody here, which of course, okay, I should have expected, because it's too early to check in. But I thought there would at least be a customer service desk or something, somebody I could just tap in with real quick. So get here, and then they tell me that I can't use the COVID test that's stated for yesterday. I have to get a new one. So I run downstairs, get a new COVID test, bring that back upstairs, have to wait about 20 minutes for that to come through. That comes through. I check in, I get my boarding pass, I go through the gate. Great. Didn't get to go through the gate till 11 o'clock. Mind you, I said I was here since 7 o'clock. So didn't get to go through the gate till 11 o'clock. But the whole time that I'm sitting in line, though, I'm still watching the flight. I see, like, people are being added, like revenue standbys. And by revenue standbys, those are people who have actually paid for their seat. But for whatever reason, whether it be flight change, I don't know, they missed their flight, whatever, they're bumped to my flight. So I'm like, shit, that's bumping me down. But it still only bumped me down to number 3. There was some confirmed oversold, and I'm not really sure 100% what that means. But I guess there were some oversold seats that from another flight that they had to, I guess, make up for on this flight. So long story short, I get to the gate, I do my little check-in, let them know that I'm here, I'm D1. So I'm like, looking at the thing, I'm like, I gotta get on this flight. Like, it's only 4 people on the standby list. Like, I'm good. So I look back on the thing, I see that they've given me a seat. Before you know it, I hear my name on the intercom, you know, and all right, cool. I get up, go over to the thing, get over there, get my seat. And I'm like, okay, can I go ahead and board now? Because, you know, they're on like group 2 maybe, and I'm group 6. So I'm like, can I go ahead and board? Because the way they have it kind of situated, it's just like, it's no point in me walking all the way back out there, walk back in here in 5 to 10 minutes. So she's like, oh, yeah, okay. She gives me my boarding pass. She gives me a little stub, which I feel like is kind of old school now, which is funny. You know, a little stub, and I board the plane. I get on the plane, I put my bag up, I'm comfortable. Like, I'm looking around, I'm chilling. The 2 people next to me are knocked out. Like, they've been on the plane probably look like forever, but they chilling. So I'm sitting on the plane. I hear them, they're done boarding, and then I hear them announce that, you know, boarding is finished, they're doing all of that. So cool. I start to drift off to sleep, because mind you, again, it's 12:30, right? So it's after midnight. So I just up to sleep. I'm knocked out. Someone comes tap me. Tap. I wake up. Hey, you're standby, right? I wish I would have said no, but me being honest, Abe, I was like, yeah. You're gonna have to deplane because we have some oversold seats that we need to give away. Say what? Y'all didn't want to check that before you gave me my seat? Because I would have gladly sat outside. I would have still been upset, but I would have gladly sat outside. So now that everyone's in their seat and settled, I need to now get up, get my shit out of the overhead compartment, and walk off this plane. Like a walk of shame. Oh yeah, there's 2 other people also. So there were 3 of us that were removed from the plane. And when I say that was the most embarrassing thing ever, because of course everyone's like, as you walk off. And here I am with my traveling black woman bag, my big old backpack, my poster that I bought to frame, so like you can't miss me. And oh, of course, of all things, I'm black. This bun on top of my head. It was the worst. Non-Rev has been the worst experience in this past couple months. I tell you, when I get to the places that I'm going to, like Panama, Napa Valley, of course, Colombia for the last week, it's great. But the process of getting here, it is the most anxiety-producing, frustrating experience I could ever imagine. And for someone who already is like, when it comes to anxiety, this ain't it. So right now I'm in a lounge. There's self-serve alcohol. So I'm just gonna indulge in some whiskey, a little bit of fruit, and a pinwheel sandwich, and hope for the best for the next flight. I tried to look up some flights that I can book directly. Well over $1,000 right now. So unless I'm selling cocaine or a little coot, it ain't happening. I might be stuck here. So, yep, that's my reality right now. So, hope you all are doing well. But